Hey guys, what's going on? Let's do our overnight betting preview for Tuesday night's games. Tuesday, January the 31st, last day of the month. We got 5 games on the schedule. I got a couple of leans for tomorrow night, but let's look at each one of these games separately and see what we can expect. First game, Miami at Cleveland. Cleveland is favored by 5. I had Cleveland favored by 5. Line looks very, very accurate to me. The Cavs in their last game got Donovan Mitchell back. They were at home against a shorthanded Clippers team. They blew them out, made quick work of them, blew them out from pretty much the first half and just held on to the lead until the very end. Easy win and a good opportunity for Mitchell to get a game under his belt before tomorrow night's game against the Heat. The Heat, guys, we're on a 3-game winning streak, not really playing that great. Their wins were coming with short differences, 2-3 points. Beat a shorthanded Celtics team. Let's take a quick look at they had beaten the Pelicans by 4, the Celtics by 3, which were shorthanded in that game, and the Magic. They needed a big comeback at the end in order to get that win by 5. And then their poor, unconvincing performances, guys, came back to bite them in their previous game against the Hornets. They got up by double digits in that game and ended up getting ran on in the second half, lost to the Hornets. Guys, the Heat, they might be winning 3 out of their last 4, but the basketball they've been playing has been nothing to write home about. Unconvincing. In this game, guys, I do see the Cavs as the favorite in this game. Even though the Heat, guys, we know they're very, very inconsistent. They show up and play whenever they feel like, it seems. You just never know what you're going to get. A very, very tough team to handicap. I'm having trouble handicapping this team this season. I might stay away from this game, even though if I had to pick a side, I'd go with Cleveland. Next game, Lakers at the Knicks. The Knicks, guys, are currently favored by 2.5 points. I had the Knicks favored by 6.5. I don't remember the last time that I was this off on an estimate, but here we are. The Knicks, only 2-point favorites. They're catching the Lakers on the second night of a back-to-back. They were just playing against the Nets tonight. They lost that game easily by double digits, even though they did make a game out of it for a little bit in the second half. They did come back, tie the game, but the Nets took over from there and ended up putting them away by double digits. The Lakers were without Anthony Davis and LeBron James in that game. AD, I know for sure from what I saw on the injury report, he is scheduled to play tomorrow. Tonight's absence was pretty much a load management type deal. I guess he wanted to play at the Garden. But what's interesting is on the injury report, I see that LeBron James does actually have a serious problem with his foot. That's what the injury report says. He's feeling some extreme soreness. I'm sure he'd want to play in Madison Square Garden. How many times in his career? Who knows how he's going to play? How many years he's going to play? Still 2-3 years max. How many games is he still going to get in New York and Madison Square Garden? I believe he's going to do as much as he can to play in this game. And obviously, this very, very short line, guys. Pretty much, I just can't see how this line could be so short if the insiders don't know that LeBron's going to play in this game. In any case, guys, this line is extremely, extremely short. Actually, right now that I'm looking over here on FanDuel, I'm looking at the lines on FanDuel. The line just dropped to -2 for the Knicks. This line is extremely, extremely short, guys. The Lakers on the second half back-to-back. Knicks rested. I can only go one way in this game, and this is going to be with the Lakers. I know the line is very short. In this game, guys, with a line like this, I can only see one-sided action coming in on the Knicks tomorrow. I think... I don't know. I don't understand why this line is so low. But you know what? The bookies know what they're doing. For them to be able to accept a line like this, who am I to say anything different? Anyways, and I'm going to be leaning over here on the Lakers tomorrow. If this line stays low like this, guys, and I see what I want to see tomorrow with the injury report, I might go heavy on this, on the Lakers. Next game, Charlotte at Milwaukee. Milwaukee's favored by 12. I had Milwaukee favored by 11.5. Pretty accurate line. The Hornets, guys, they've won 2 straight. They got LaMelo Ball back and Gordon Hayward. Played a couple of nice games at home. Got a short little 2-game winning streak. Very, very rare for them this season. We know that they've been struggling at the bottom of the East. The Bucks blew out the Pelicans in their last game. They did not feel sorry for the Pelicans coming in without CJ McCollum and Brandon Ingram. Giannis, I think, had like 53 in that game. What was kind of crazy to see is like they were up huge, over 20 points, and Giannis was playing until the last minute of the game. Very, very strange to see. Another player that hits 50 points. We've seen a ton of 50-point games this year. Giannis added to that. The Bucks are definitely the favorite in this game. I think this line will draw action on the Hornets with this plus 12. If I were to guess, guys, I would think that Milwaukee might be in for another blowout. Dogs are barking outside. They know what I'm leaning on tomorrow. Some more dogs. Clippers at the Bulls. Clippers favored by 3.5. I had the Clippers favored by 4. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are going to be back in this game. They are the favorites for sure. The line is pretty accurate, a half point lower than what I had estimated. Guys, keep in mind that the Bulls, even though they have been pretty much downtrending lately, even they did get a big win against the Orlando Magic in their previous game. They are giant killers on their home court against the top teams of the league. They seem to always show up and perform well. This game could be very, very tricky. The Bulls, even though they are inferior to the Clippers as far as the roster goes, they perform well against the top teams in the league. We're going to have to keep an eye on this one. It's not going to be this easy for the Clippers tomorrow, I don't think. And the last game of the schedule, New Orleans at Denver. Denver is favored by 8 points. I had Denver favored by 9. This line is a point lower than what I had estimated. Jamal Murray is listed as questionable. He did play in the last game against Denver, and a big comeback win that Philly got against them. They're going to be coming back home after a few games on the road. Always a tricky spot. The Pelicans, like I just mentioned, they were on the road against the Bucks. They have been struggling. They are on a losing streak. Let's see what the count is at right now. The count is currently at 8, and they dropped out of the top 6, and they are currently sitting at 8th in the West. They need to pick it up, guys, if they want to stay in any playoff contention. Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum are expected to play in tomorrow night's game. They should be well rested and ready to go. This, guys, is actually going to be my second lean of the night on the Pelicans with the plus 8. It does look like a good spot to me. Denver coming back from a road trip, first game back. Pelicans rested. Need a win bad. Don't know if they can get there with a win. It's very possible they are capable, guys. Even though they are on a 8-game losing streak, let's not forget how well this team has been playing for the most part of the first part of the season. So let's do a quick recap, guys. Out of the 5 games, the 2 leans that I got for tomorrow are on the Lakers with the plus 2.5. I might go heavy on this game, guys. This line is very, very low, just begging for money on the Knicks. And in the next game, the Pelicans with the plus 8 looks like a pretty good spot to take them over here on the road. And these, guys, are my 2 games that I am leaning towards taking tomorrow. Obviously, it is still early. We're going to have to check the lines again tomorrow, the injury report. Also, the trade tracker, guys. Let's not forget, February 9th is the trade deadline. Players can get moved before you know it. Sometimes they hold them out right before tip-off. They could be out warming up and tell them, you know what, guys? You know what, player? You're traded. It's that ruthless in the NBA, guys. And just on a quick side note, New Orleans at Denver, I forgot to mention, Bones Highland actually got mentioned. His name got mentioned on the trade front. That's very strange to me. He's been very, very important for them off the bench. I'm sure he's going to be feeling a little uneasy to playing tomorrow also. This also plays in New Orleans' favor, in my opinion. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much what the overnight lines and matchups look like. Obviously, we're going to get more into this stuff tomorrow when we get more information. And that's it. I'm not going to bore you any longer. Have a good rest and see you in tomorrow's video. Woof, woof, woof. The dogs are going to be barking tomorrow. Later, guys.